Jackals TV returns to the airways, and today the Jackals will be taking on a team they haven't played since the previous summer. This team, the Three Bears, on the right side of your screen in the black jerseys with orange trim, have been in a higher division for most of the summer season up until now, having been moved down recently, and so this will be the first time these two teams play this year. They have played in previous years, and the Three Bears consistently victorious against the Jackals. The Jackals have three spares out this week to help out. Bruce and Al Karpinski, normally a backup goaltender for the team, playing out for the second time this summer season. And a player making their debut this season, Chris Weeger, a normal fall season player who is here to help out in the summer league games. Because the Jackals are down a number of players. Gary Pablo remains suspended for one more game, able to return the game following this one. Aaron, Chris Stuhar, Riley, John, Gary Mizuno, and Jay Lawrence also unavailable here today. So let's go to the first period and see if the Jackals can pick up a rare victory against the Three Bears. And we're going to start off with the Jackals on offense. Puck coming out to the point to Bob. He holds it for a second, moves it down to Daryl, who's then going to throw it towards the net on the backhand. It gets deflected wide. Jared picks it up, and Bob is snuck out front, and he scoops that puck wide on the far side. Back in the Jackal zone now. David's going to have the puck behind the net. He's going to put it off the wall up to Darshan at the point. And he's going to try and pull that back towards him, but he loses control of it. And the Bears make this mini breakaway in on the left side, but Trevor gets the leg down and kicks it to the corner. Now we have Bob standing behind the net. He's going to come out on the left side, skate right up the gut, delay for a second before moving the puck up to Daryl, who's going to get across the blue line, throw it towards the net on the backhand. The rebound is there, and Al's going to the net, and he tries to reach for it, but it's just out of his reach, and the Three Bears clear it away. So now they're on offense, coming down the left side, driving wide, and Rob on the back check is going to do a good job of tracking that puck up the wall, pinching it off and getting control, but then he tries to put it up to Jay, who's headed towards the wall, and it's to the middle and jumped on by the defender, who walks in. Initial shot is saved, and there's two or three players in behind Bruce there for the rebound, and they slide it home, and the Bears have a 1-0 lead. And they're on offense, looking for more, moving the puck around well in the offensive zone, putting this puck to this player out front. He shoots, and Trevor makes a nice save. Darshan picks up the rebound and makes a play backwards, back to Jay, and he tries to deke to the middle, and he gets stripped of the puck. This player is going to move in, cut across the ice, and throw it back against the grain, and it's going to slip through between Trevor's arm and his body. And the Bears are going to capitalize on the Jackals' inability to get the puck out, and they have a 2-goal lead early in this game. Here comes Daryl now, looking for his first goal of this summer season. He's going to hold up, though, and he's going to make a drop pass back to Rob, who shoots. Rebound comes to Daryl. He's at a bad angle, and he tries to swat it in, but the goaltender gets a piece of it and knocks it behind the net. So now the Bears are in the Jackal zone. Bruce tries a middle out to Rob. It skips over his stick. The defender jumps on it, walks around Rob, gets the shot. It's turned aside by Trevor, and he tracks it well, so there's no opportunity on the rebound. The Bears maintaining offensive zone pressure, puck down low behind the net. They try to throw that one out in front. It gets put over to the right wall, and that player makes a neat little move to go around Rob, but his pass isn't as good, and Bob intercepts it, and then he's just straight up the middle with some speed, though. It's going to turn this into a 3-on-1, puts it over to Rob, who gives it right back to Bob, and then he's going to put it up over the glove, and shockingly, that's 4 goals in the last 3 games for Bob, including the last 3 goals that the Jackals have scored, the last 2 of the previous game and the first one of this one, and the lead is cut in half. It is 2-1 as we head into the second period. And early in this period, Daryl's engaged in a puck battle along the wall. It is going to eventually come out of the zone. Bears dump it back in on the backhand. It goes to Troy on defense there, who picks it up. And he sees Rob alone in the middle, so he quickly puts it up to him. He's got a ton of space, gets across the blue line, big slap shot, low on the glove side, and it skips it way past the goaltender and in. And the Jackals have leveled this game off at 2. Bears looking to quickly respond and get the lead back. Here they come across the blue line, down the left side. There's a shot, a rebound there. That player hacks at it, and it trickles past Trevor, and it's on the line, and Bob grabs it before it can go across and gets the puck out of there. Bears on the attack again, this time coming down the right side. There's a shot up high, and there was some space there, and Trevor does well to keep it out with the glove. Remember that shot high from the short side for later in this package. Here you see the Bears trying to make an outlet pass, but they missed the player with the pass, and unfortunately for them, though, it goes right to a changing Jackal as Davis touches it while Bruce had not yet left the ice. And with the Bears now on a too many players power play, this puck gets thrown to the player in front and gets directed quickly on net, and Trevor does a good job to drag the toe and get a piece of that. Power play does continue, though, on the rush down the right side, and you're going to see another chance where they try to go high above the shoulder, and that looks like that catches Trevor in the mask and kills the play. Penalty sufficiently killed now by the Jackals. Bears still working for it there, and they're trying for that rebound up in the air, gloving it down, holding onto it behind the net, and barely a shove at all there from David, but the player goes down very easily like it's a soccer game, and it's another power play for the Bears. And as they work the puck around, this player on the right side of the net throws it out front to a player all alone in front, and Trevor does well to read that and get out there and make the save. So another penalty kill by the Jackals, and Bears still on the attack, though. There's a player who goes around Chris at the point, gets a shot off of Trevor's blocker. The puck goes out to the point, and that's a 2-on-0. Al pushes it up to Lloyd, and a great hustle there from the Three Bears player to come back and disrupt that before Chris Weidger can get a shot on net. Here comes Bob now, carrying the puck down the right side, and as he tries to go around that defender, he's going to get stripped of the puck. That player plays it out to the point. Jason reads it well, keeps it in, tries to put the puck towards the net. It's blocked, and as he's trying to get back on it, that player is going to take him down, and a potential 3-on-1 for the Bears is instead going to be a power play for the Jackals. And here's Jared bringing it across the line. He throws it towards the middle where Darshan's going to get it, walk into the middle, pull it to the backhand, loses control, and it gets swept behind the net to Jared. And there's Darsh right beside the net. And as Jared's trying to come out, Darshan shoots it, and then they're both whacking away at it, and it somehow gets deflected up over the net. So Jackals unlucky there not to get a go-ahead goal. And as the Bears take this shot while they're on the penalty kill, it rings around into their bench as they're making a change, and they touch it just as the period is winding down. So they're going to start the third period off with a 5-on-3 for the Jackals. And we pick it up where it's back to a 5-on-4, and this pass to the middle is going to get intercepted by the Three Bears, sent down the ice on a breakaway, shorthanded, and a nice blocker save from Trevor to punch that puck to the corner. But the Bears aren't done. There's a pass across the front, and Trevor has to come across and make a few different acrobatic saves. Then he has to come across the ice, shuffling along on his knees to prevent another golden opportunity. So the Bears getting the best opportunities there on the penalty kill. The Bears are swarming now, coming hard down the right side. We're seeing a lot of this, going hard to the side and then cutting back to the middle. This time Trevor's there with a poke check. Bears maintain possession, throw it out front. That player bangs it on net. It's still loose in people's feet, and this player's going to pull that around a sliding defender and then try to shoot it up high, but it's up over the net and almost catches the Jackal player behind the net in the face. Here's Jer now with an interception at the line. He's going to walk in, drop the puck back to Bob, who slaps it through, but it bounces right back onto his stick, so he throws it on net, and there's three Jackals in front of the net hacking away at the rebound. Jay's in there, Darshan, you can see Jer on the outside, and neither of them can find a way to get it through the goaltender. We see Rob pick up a loose puck in the neutral zone, try to pass it to Darshan. It misses him, so that should have been icing, except for the goalie came out to play it. He moves the puck behind the net. The defender does not handle it cleanly. It comes out to Jason, who throws it on net, and Darshan's there to pull the rebound out from his pads and slide it home. And that is a disastrous decision by the Three Bears goaltender to go out there and play that and negate the icing, because it's going to turn into the go-ahead goal here with 9 minutes left to go in the third period. And it won't take long for the Jackals to actually add to this lead. You see them in their own zone. This player's going to take a shot from a bad angle. It's off of Trevor's glove, right to Al, and he makes an amazing, nice little pass to Jer to set him up for a breakaway as Jer gets past the defender, in alone on that, and another great play by the defender to sweep that away, but Jer sticks with it, and he throws it to Chris Weidger, who had just stepped off the bench, who puts it up over the goaltender's glove, and a very interesting play there that was almost broken up here by the defender. Puck goes behind the net, but Jared is awesome to stick with it and throw this puck out front to Chris, who is completely unchecked by the Bears defenders. And this third period is going to continue at a fast pace for activity here, as on the ensuing face-off, the puck goes down into the Three Bears zone. The defender picks it up behind the net with speed, is coming up through the middle of the ice, down the right side now, and he's going to cut around Bruce and try to cut through the crease. Trevor does well to read it and block it, but as he does that, the puck goes to Bruce, and he fires it home past Trevor. Looks like he was probably trying to direct that in behind the net, but instead, inadvertently, gets the Bears their third goal, and the lead is now 1. Bears now looking to tie it on another rush, coming down the middle. It's going to be a 3-on-2, or at least it looks like it's going to be. And here comes Jared with a great back check to nullify that 3-on-2 opportunity. Bears do pick it up behind the net, though, maintain possession, and that player who passed it out to the point is going to get it right back, and he's going to have an opportunity from the left side there, but Trevor gets across and makes a save. And while that is all happening, in front of the net, you're going to see David and Jared both engaged with this player, and eventually it's just going to be Jared that is tied up with him, and as the puck heads up the ice, they're going to continue to be at each other to the point that the referee is going to send them both off. Bears still looking to tie it. There, the point shot bounces its way through, and it's just madness in front. One shot there, rebound, and that bounces out to the high slot. Now it's back off to the right side again. It's off Bob's foot, and then Bruce tries to get it out. It's out to the point, and that gets thrown to again, and Trevor steers it just wide. So the Jackals survive that one. Down to 1 minute left in this game. Jackals looking to hang on and seal a rare victory against this Bears team. Puck gets put out to the point, and this player is going to make a stop move around the forechecker and then coming down the left side and up high on the short side like they've been trying all game long, and this time it goes in. And if you weren't watching closely, let's have a look and see what happened there, as Trevor has had those all night. And you see, watch Trevor, he's going to bump his foot into the post and fall just before that shot comes in. If he had been upright, it probably would have stayed out, but instead we're going to overtime. In overtime, Jackals have the first possession of the overtime. There's Jared with the pass up to Weeger, and he's just going to battle hard along the wall. He's going to win the puck there, lose it briefly, and then win it back and try to step out front. It gets put off of his stick, and eventually he's going to go retrieve it from the corner. You see Bob out at the point. It's out to him, so he's going to walk in. He's got Jared in front, so he takes the slap shot, but the screen isn't quite there, and the goalie covers it up. And now it's time for the Bears to go on the attack here in overtime. Player down the left side, throwing it out front. It's got time, and that's a difficult save through multiple screens there for Trevor. Now it's along the wall, and Daryl has it, and he just loses control, and that Bear player is going to jump on it and come in from a bad angle, and Trevor's got it. And now possession has changed back to the Jackals. Here's Jared up the right side, and that's an ill-advised pass in overtime where you're looking to maintain possession through to the middle of the ice. The Bears intercept it, and then their player with some good hands there makes a nice move to pull it around David and then again around Trevor, and it slips through and into the net. And the Bears have come back from a 4-2 third period deficit to win this game in overtime 5-4. Let's have a quick look at the stats for the game. Goal and assist there for Rob at the top of the table. Darshan, Bob, and Chris Weeger with the other goals. Trevor with 40 shots in that game. And then we'll have a quick look at what that does to the overall stats now on the season. Mark continuing to lead there, but Rob with his 2 points and Jeremy with his 1 are now tied for second with 9 points each. Let's have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Extremely busy week in this division. Of course, there are 10 teams, but there you see a large number of games kicked off at the beginning of the week by this Jackals game, but many more games throughout the week. The 3 Bears playing later and beating the Strangers 7-1. Let's have a look at what that does to the standings. Because the Jackals earned a point in this overtime loss, that's going to allow them to maintain their second place in the standings ahead of the 3 Bears. And if we look ahead at the games coming up this week, it's a 2-game week for the Jackals. The first game against the Strangers. That's the only team to beat the Jackals in regulation so far this year. And we'll see you for that one.